We are from Group 3 from class 105. My name is AIMAN LOKMAN. My group members are AIMAN HAQEEM, Ashman, Mikael, TUAH IZZNUR RAZIN, and WAFIY. Today, we are going to present about the solar system.
The solar system consists of 8 planets and a sun. The first planet and the closest to the sun, which is Mercury, the hottest planet, and the second closest to the sun, which is Venus, the third planet Earth, the fourth planet Mars, the fifth planet Jupiter, the sixth planet Saturn, the seventh planet Uranus, and lastly and the furthest away from the sun, Neptune.
Next, characteristic of the planets. For example, for Mercury, its distance from Sun are 57.9 million kilometer, for its diameter are 4,879 kilometer, and its density are 5.4 gram per cubic centimeter. For the Earth, its distance from Sun are 149.6 million kilometer, for its diameter are 12,756 kilometer, and its density are 5.5 gram per cubic centimeter. Next, characteristic for the giant planets, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. For example, for Neptune, its distance from Sun are 4,504 million kilometer, for its diameter are 49,528 kilometer, and its diameter are 1.6 gram per cubic centimeter.
Relationship between characteristics, temperature, and distance from the Sun. Theoretically, planets closer to the Sun receive more heat than the further. Mercury's surface temperature is extremely hot, more than 427 Celsius due to direct sunlight. The darker area is extremely cold, dropped to negative 173 Celsius. Earth has clouds that reflect sunlight back into outer space, which causes a greenhouse effect. Atmosphere traps some of the heat. Venus has thick clouds that reflect sunlight back into space, which causes a greenhouse effect and more heat is trapped on the surface. Atmospheric layer consists of mostly carbon dioxide and surface temperature can reach up to 462 Celsius. Mars, surface pressure is extremely low compared to Earth, less than 1/100 of Earth's pressure, causing minimal effect on the surface temperature. Has an atmosphere, the surface temperature fluctuates between negative 143 Celsius to 35 Celsius. For giant planets which are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, surface of these planets are covered in gas. These planets receive very little sunlight. Surface temperatures are extremely low.
Density and gravitational pull. The gravity on the surface of a planet depends on its mass and density. The gravity of the Earth is 9.8 meters per second per second. This means that if we release an object from a certain height, the object will fall at an acceleration of 9.8 meters per second per second. The gravity of Mercury and Mars is lower than the Earth because their masses are lower than the Earth. The gravity of Venus is almost the same as the Earth because its mass is almost the same as the mass of the Earth. The gravity of Jupiter is much higher compared to the Earth because its mass is extremely high, although it has a low density. Although Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune has very high mass, their gravity is not as high as the gravity of the Earth because the giant gas planets have low density.
Distance, time, and speed. The further a planet is from the Sun, the more time it needs to orbit the Sun. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It takes 88 days to orbit the Sun. Neptune is the furthest planet from the Sun. It takes 164.8 years to complete orbit around the Sun.
Relationship between characteristic direction of rotation. All planets in the solar system rotate on their axis at different angles. All these planets rotate from west to east, but Venus rotates from east to west and Uranus rotates on its side. What will happen if the Earth stops rotating? The possibilities are day and night, high and low tides will stay forever at its position. Part facing the sun will be more desert area and keep increasing as all the green area will turn to dry. Lastly, the temperature will drop in areas of the Earth that do not receive sunlight.
What will happen if the Earth rotates at a slower pace? The possibilities are day and night in two different parts and high and low tides duration become longer. Part facing the sun will be more desert area and keep increasing as all the green area will turn to dry. Lastly, temperature will drop in areas of the Earth that do not receive sunlight.
Why are there planets with two or more moons? The answer are giant planets have more than two moons due to the strong gravitational pull of those planets. They capture any passing small moons and pull them in their orbit. For giant planets, Jupiter has 67 moons, Saturn has 62 moons, Uranus has 27 moons, and Neptune has 14 moons.
If you are on the moon, explain your observation on the shape of the Earth. The sphere shape of the Earth will have phase of dark and bright, as the moon goes through different phases such as crescent shape, half a circle, or a full circle. Half moon, Earth will have both dark and bright sides. Full moon, Earth will bright due to moonlight.
Will you see the faces of the Earth if you are on the moon? The answers are yes, because the Earth would have faces like the moon, which could be crescent shape, half a circle, or a full circle. If seen from the moon, the Earth movement will seem to slow. It will take 27 days to view all of the faces to its movement.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Special thanks to Teacher Samimi and goodbye.